I'm just scrolling through the chat. Hey, everybody. Welcome to this week's Happy Hour Live. I see all of my friends in the chat. For anyone that is new here, my name is Iesha. We do these every week where we talk about all things planning. Sometimes we have new releases. Sometimes we have some OG favorites. Let's see who was the first. FS Lovely Angel was the first one in the chat today. She was here at 2:30. Girl, you were here before we were. Hey, everybody. Hey, Kim. Hey, Melissa. Hey, Michelle. If you are new here, let's see. What do I want to do today? If you are new here, leave me a red heart in the chat. And you'll see why I chose red in a little. Leave me a red heart in the chat. Hey, Ashley. Hey, Courtney. Miss Candace. Budgeting Mama. Hello. I see some of you already asking about 2026 setups. Hey, Tanya. She said, are y'all finished with y'all 2026 setups yet? Listen, I see some of y'all are already on the ball. Already on the ball. Hey, Emily. Hey, Vienna. Catterfly. Hey, Miss Cat. Hey, Tina. Tyra Lynn. Hey, Gabby. Hey, sister girl. Miss Sharon. Your first intention box shipped today. Congratulations to you. I'm so excited for you to get it. Hey, Renee. Everybody is, I don't see any red hearts yet. Nobody new here today. All of the OGs in the house. 2026 is definitely around the corner. Can you believe it? I cannot. Oh, thank you. I probably have so many reading glasses, blue light glasses. That is ridiculous. AD Home Edition. Hey, good day to you. I should do an office tour. Girl, it would take all day. Is it cold here? Yes and no. With the wind blowing, it's a little cooler than it actually is. I think the temperature is maybe in the lower 50s. So not too bad. Oh, Nisha Bryant. Welcome. So happy you're here. Hey, Miss Donna. CC the Brainiac. I love that. Hey, from Greece. Hey, everybody. Golden Beauty. Good to see you back. Hey, Stacy. Hey, Tabitha. All right. So Nisha Bryant. Hey, Charlotte. Oh, Home with Rochelle. She just unboxed her order. You're getting ready for 2026. I'm so excited. Oh, I see so many first orders. I'm happy for y'all. Hey, Queen City Diva. Wait, somebody, Katina said, hey to everybody except for you that snatched up the Salamanca. Hey, Ireland. Wait, who is that? Budgeting Mom, please start a YouTube channel. Girl, who has the time? I don't know. I'm saying I have a YouTube channel, but like I mentioned in the Facebook group, it's got dust on it, honey. I can barely keep up with what I'm doing now. But never say never. It's there for the taking. Maybe one day when I don't have so much on my plate. I can't add another thing to my plate right now. All right, your second subscription box ship. Yay! My YouTube channel is just my Instagram handle, Planner Girls Rock. How is everybody? Did anybody? Wait, if you're in the Midwest or like northern part of the country, I know you are still in the snow. We had a little flurry here and there, but just enough to close school and make everybody buy up all the bread and the milk. That's about it. You need a burgundy ink pen. If you have one, you'll take it. A burgundy ink pen. We are in the middle of December. Wait, who says more snow is coming tonight? Oh, Tina, my God, bless your heart, girl. I don't want to see it. I was chatting with Becca in production before we got started, and I was telling her that, when you work from home, snow days just don't hit the same. But my sister, on the other hand, who's a teacher, she is all for the snow. She is all for the snow so that her and her kids can stay home and drink hot chocolate and play games all day. But here, I mean, snow day just doesn't hit for me. It just means I'm cooped up in the house, can't go nowhere. All right, so we are going to talk about transitioning into 2025 or 2026 from 2025. Very casual. I know some of you are probably already on the ball. You ready to go as soon as January 1st hits. But if you are like me, I can have all of my things. I may finally be settled by around March or April. Pretty much. It's just how it rolls around here. But my intentions are good, and I'm just slow with it. I'm not in a rush. I'm just slow with it. And I don't know why that is, because I sometimes I tell myself in January I'm still on vacation. So, we're ramping up the new year. But today we're going to talk about all things transition. We kind of did an intentional series. So like if you were here last week, Candace went over the new formal bundle, where it's a great foundation piece for I have mine in CP Petite. She did hers in half letter. So it's a great little foundation piece if you're just getting started with like all of the different layouts. You got your stickers, your dividers, your dashboard, all kinds of cute little stuff to get you started. And you get your discs, the covers, very, very cute. She's very cute, very dainty, very demure. So, this was a great walkthrough that Candace did last week. So she kind of kicked it off. So I'm doing transition this week. Next week, Ashley will be here, and she's going to be going over sort of like a recap, a reflective recap of everything, going over what she's using for 2026, and then showing a couple of little sneak peeks for 2026, January subbox, I believe, to be more specific. So make sure you come back next week for that. Let's see. We got to get all of our housekeeping stuff out of the way. So since we are like 11 days into December, a lot of you have already gotten a couple of December orders. So you've already seen the freebie for December. It is this. First of all, you'll get these let me go over here. These page flags in the color cotton, which is this cute little baby doll pink color. And then the thank you card for December is a sneak into January. And I cannot tell you the excitement that people had when they opened up their box and they saw this floppy disk. So if you are 80s, 90s kid, you are feeling some type of way about this, just like I was, taking it back, because if you wanted to save anything from the computer, you needed a floppy disk. So this is your thank you card for December, just a little sneak peek into January. And I've said this before and I will say it again. I might tell y'all a joke, but I will never tell you a lie. But I'm here to tell you that December or 2026 subbox, she's that girl. You are going to want every single month. Every single month. So you heard it here first. You heard it here first. Customer service should be in the chat. I haven't seen them yet though. Oh yeah, there they are. They are in the chat. They're here. They are there. So if you have any questions that I can't answer, they will be glad to jump right in. They're always my phone a friend. So yeah, let's get started. A couple of more things. January intention box signups open on January the 1st. I think last week Candace did mention that we're changing the date of the signup. So We're moving from the 16th to the 1st. So we're going to go month to month now. So they open up on January the 1st. Our December planning workshop. I hope you got your happy hour inserts to be taking notes. The December planning workshop is going to be on December 30th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's on a Tuesday night, right before New Year's Eve. So that will be our last one for the year. Can you imagine that we are already at the end of 2025? I don't know. I feel like we just really started 2025 for some way. I feel like we just started, but here we are at the end. So the December planning workshop will be December 30th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think that's it. I did want to also share with you the gift with purchase now through December 25th, which is the square stickers in pinstripe. You may remember Ashley and I showed these during our Black Friday Happy Hour Live. So any order $100 or more, you'll get these as a freebie in your order now through December 25th. It actually started December 3rd. So some of you may have already gotten one or not gotten one, but coming in your order from December 3rd through the 25th. So be on the lookout for that. All right. Y'all ready to get started? So I thought today, since we're doing like a little transition, that I kind of have my notes here on, just to give you all just some, tips from me if you're kind of still on the fence about setting up your 2026 planner setup or ecosystem if you're using multiple planners. Just some ideas to get you going, some things to remember, and then just kind of like my thought process with what I chose, what I'm continuing to use, what I'm changing up, that sort of thing. So I got a lot happening here. So just bear with me as we go. I'm trying to think of where do I want to start first. I think what I want to do first is talk about the 2026 dated inserts. Before I get started, anybody got any questions for me? Not customer service, but for me. Oh, you love the pinstripes. They are very cute. I can't wait to get mine. All right, so first things first. Okay, so we already talked about Former, so I'm going to set her to the side in case anyone has any other questions about this one. Like I mentioned, this has like the sample inserts for like all of the weekly inserts that we offer. There's also a daily insert in here. It's undated. You also have 3 months for I used a little daily the other day. I love See People Teach. She's so cute. You have 3 months worth of monthlies in here as well, undated for you to try out. And then you have notes in the back. So again, great foundational piece. Comes in See People Teach and half letter if you are in the market for that. Or since it's Christmas time, it does make a great gift. Okay. All right. So my 2026 is going to look a little bit the same, a little bit different. So, couple of things from a spiral perspective. As you know, we have the spiral that came in the subscription box for November. This one is the horizontal layout. And of course, it's dated. We had a great session about this, how to use this in our workshop. If you are in our Facebook group or or on our Reddit page, there is a post that I put up after we had our workshop that goes over like different ideas for the layouts for using this horizontal. So that is a great resource if you're looking for that, if you're looking for ideas on how to use that one. And then you also have the option for, if you want the spiral in a different layout, to have this weekly task overview layout. Now, I'm a fan of this one. I've used this in the past for just, weekly day-to-day stuff. I've used it for my assignments in the past. I really love the breakdown each day of your priorities, your to-do list. You can extend your to-do list here. You have your notes section down here at the bottom. I love this because it gives me just at a glance, and I can break things up, whether I want to use it for like work or personal or whatever the case may be. Absolutely love this layout. So this is an option as well if you're looking for a different layout for the spiral planner for 2026. Or again, if you are looking to gift someone a great gift for the new year, it is a great option. So digging into a little more about my own personal setups. So here's like all of my options here. As you know, I am a multiple planner person. That is no secret. I just like having all of my things in different setups. That's just how my brain works. So for me in 2025, what actually worked for me was having an on-the-go system in my CP Petite where I have just notes. All of my happy hour notes are in here. I have let me just show you what I have. I have my happy hour notes in here. I have meeting notes in here. So this is really just a notebook for myself. I have undated inserts in here, just a couple of undated daily inserts. And last year I used an undated monthly admin. The only thing I'm changing about this year is I'm keeping all of this the same, except I am going to add in a year overview. And if you are not familiar with a year overview, it is an insert bundle that's broken up by quarter. So each quarter, so this is quarter 2, you have an area where you can lay out your priorities for the quarter, anything that you want to get done. And each month you can list out high profile things, things that you really don't want to miss for, as you're planning. And this goes all the way through the end of the year, of course. And then at the end, you have 2026 aspirations. And then on the last page, you have an accomplishments page. So I'm thinking, instead of putting this, in the past, I've had this kind of like in my HP Mini, but I think because I'm using this sort of like an on-the-go notebook, sort of like a reference, I am going to keep it in my CP Petite for this year. That's one of the things that I'm changing. And then instead of doing undated daily or undated monthly, I'm going to be using dated monthly inserts. So the month on 2 page, a Monday start. So this is what I'm going to be adding to my CP Petite for this year. Everything else is going to remain the same. These little things hold a wallop. So all of this will fit just fine in here. I have the speckled, I think this is this is either 1.25. No, this is 1.5 in the cover. So this will hold plenty inserts for next year. So basically the year overview, I'll just throw here in the front. And then still undecided if I want to do 6 months at a time or if I want to put in the whole year. But as far as the cover goes, or not the cover, but the overview page, this will kind of be just like what my goals are going to be, just like for the month, or what my intentions are. And then I can just, write out my important dates. And then I'll probably cover this kind of like with a sticker or a page flag or something, because I don't really need to track my bills or anything like that. So this will be great for my CP Petite. You love the overview coupled with the yearly foldout. I'm glad you mentioned that. We're going to talk about the yearly foldout in just a bit. Anybody have any questions about my CP Petite? So this is one of the things actually worked for me last year, and I will be doing it. Yeah, isn't it chunky? Keeping it the same for 2026. So we'll sit her to the side. So a couple of things while I'm going through these that I want you to think about is, not only what worked for you in this year, but did something kind of like not work at all? Did something just kind of just keep you off of, throw you off your game? Because you want to think about the fact that you want to keep your planner is, something that's going to keep you accountable. So you want to make sure that that it works for you. So don't be afraid to switch things up. And you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm looking at these. Has to be 1.25 because this is 1.5. I can tell by the way. These are much, much bigger. So now let's move on to my HP Mini. Now, if you've been following me for any amount of time, HP Mini is my sweet spot. She's never too far away, whether I'm using her for school, whether I'm using her for day-to-day personal stuff, never too far away. I love this size. Absolutely love it. This is my academic setup. Now she's chunky. Now she might give me a little fit here trying to turn these pages, but she's a chunky monkey. I have monthly dividers in here along with the essentials dividers, schedule, notes and lists, and then finances. And then I have the vellum, or actually I have these are the vellum monthly dividers. You may be asking, what do you need finance for in a school academic planner? For when I need to pay that doggone tuition, keeping up with that. But this setup has worked very well for me. I have used different, this is how you have to find your sweet spot. I have used different systems for my classes. I've used half letter with horizontal layout. I've used a spiral with the horizontal layout. I've used a spiral with the weekly task layout. I switched again last year. This year I switched to HP Mini, and I switched to the monthly admin, and then I started with the weekly admin, and I have been loving the weekly admin. I don't know. It's something about having it happens. Having something about the weekly admin, and then having the second page over here on the side for notes, sticky notes, whatever the case may be. I absolutely love this. Now, this right here is a real situation. Don't let that deter you if you have blank pages in your planner. Take it from me. It happens. We're human, okay? We are human. But this, I am going back to the same thing for 2026. I have the monthly admin on Sunday start. Doesn't really bother me. Because it's just a monthly overview. But for my weekly, I am using the Monday start. Monday has my heart. I think when I first tested this out, I did a Sunday start. Yeah. I bought these when they were on sale, and the only one was available at the time was a Sunday start. So that's the one that I chose. But I'm thankful that I was able to get Monday for the upcoming year. So this is my holy grail. That HP Mini thickness. Well, I have the whole year in here. And I have this set up from like January is starting here. So I have like my fall semester is in the beginning, and then I have spring semester in the back. So it's a full year of inserts in here. Well, once I put in for the spring semester, it will be. So yeah. This is this is what I'm choosing for 2026. It does not deter you. Thank you. Oh wait, you said it does deter you. You shouldn't let it because things happen. We can have the best intention to plan every day, to its full capacity, but things happen. And we just have to be real with ourselves sometimes that everything is just not going to, I don't know, I guess flow like we want it to. And some days, you might have a couple of empty days in your planner. And I'm gonna be the first one to tell you I have more than one. So that's just what it is. All right. But don't let it deter you. Please don't. All seriousness aside, it happens. We can try our best, but things just come up. Sometimes we have blank pages, and if it really bothers you that much, sometimes you can actually go back and write things in. If you lived your life on a sticky note that week and that's just how it was, just go back, write it in your planner just so you'll have a record of it, and then just move on to the next day. Don't let it get you down. I promise it's not that bad. Okay. All right. So next up, and then this will round out my 2026 dated inserts. Other than my spiral, I haven't really decided what I'm going to use the spiral yet for. I think it's just going to be something that I pick up and put down when I really want to switch layouts and I want something different. But I already have it set up, and horizontal was kind of like always my jam anyway. So that's going to be real easy for me. All right, so let's talk about my next one. It's the one that I'm really excited about because I'm really switching inserts this year. My personal planner. I took everything out and I put in 2026, but this year I was using my personal planner for work stuff. So I kind of like use the monthly admin for my monthly, and then for the weekly, let me see if I can find one that don't have too much information written on. Wait, let me see. Is that music? This one? Like, what is that? Yes, I use I've been in the personal for a couple of months now. Okay, so I was using the weekly admin for the weekly stuff. I like it, but I wanted something different because what I found was that I am more of a list person, and it's no secret. I'm more of a list, and I said, let me switch up my insert. So I love like I said, I use this for academics, so I'm not a stranger to it. I like to list out my things and all of that kind of good stuff, but I switched it up. So I'm still going to use my monthly admin. And as you can see here, I just kind of like just in prep for next year, like what I'm going to use this monthly admin for, since it's all work stuff, time off, release dates that I'm hosting, happy hour live, in office dates, support calls, meetings, and then money days, which is payday. So this is going to be the monthly admin. And then I'm going to have these two pages that are in between the weekly, or before I get to my weekly. I'm going to use these for like my goals, big rocks, things like that. And then this is what I selected for 2026. I am going back to I call this the cloth and paper flagship insert because it's like the very first one that I was introduced to when I started using cloth and paper. And if you've been an OG for a while, this was the very first layout for the spiral planner when it came out. So it is the vertical weekly Monday start. And I thought I had to be a little real with myself. I'm a lister, and with work stuff, it's pretty much a task list every day. Write it down, check it off, type thing. So I thought this is going to be perfect for me for 2026. So in here, I'm probably going to have to slim this down because right now, all I have in here are the weekly inserts. I don't have any notes inserts in here. Everything that I had, like all of my notes inserts are in here. So I'm going to have to just go through and probably thin this out because I can't put the rings won't hold it. As you can see, it's already, it's already at the brim as it is. So I'm probably going to take out 6 months, but I do have the overlays in here, and then I have the vellum dashboards in rouge. So this is why I was telling you guys to do a red heart. This is just red. This planner is, the theme is going to always be red. Have a little deco back here in the back, a little red envelope. But yeah, this is going to be my 2026. So don't be afraid to switch up your layout and do something completely, totally different. Your handwriting is too big for personal. What size do you? Oh, for personal. The vertical. Is it just the vertical or any personal planner at all? Christina, send me a message and I'll let you know. So yeah, so this is my personal planner for work stuff for 2026. Completely changed my layout. Okay. Any questions for me? I love it. She's cute. It's real cute. So that kind of wraps up my 2026 dated stuff. So now I'm going to I got one more thing dated. I'm gonna show you. Should I show you the? Let me go ahead and talk about this while we're at it before I go into the undated stuff, because we like a little undated situation too. All right. Are y'all happy? Are y'all happy to see this? Are y'all happy to see this? The 2026 yearly foldout is in your December intention box. And it's one of my favorite items. This one is, and I can just go ahead and tell you, this one is the A5 unpunched, and I'm going to be adding this one if it works out. We're going to see how it works. My intention is to add it to my spiral. I think that's what I'm going to do. Anyway, I have started filling this out using page pens to highlight holidays. Already kind of gotten some dates down. Now, this is kind of my thought process when I'm working with filling out my calendars and stuff for 2026. Those inserts were vertical, weekly, Monday start. When I'm prepping for 2026, I like to fill out my calendars first. So this is kind of like why I started already in filling this out. Now, I color code. As you can see, I have a little color on here as well. And I color code based on what I use in my iCal. This is my calendar. I use my phone. Don't shoot me. I use my phone. And because, I'm an Apple person, it goes across every device that I have. So I always have my calendar, and, everything that's on here is color coded. I have a color for everything. I have a color for work. I have a color for medical stuff. I have a color for family stuff. I will be using that in, conjunction with when I fill this out. So that when I look at that, I can clearly see this is a planner event, this is school stuff, that type of thing. You use your phone calendar too? Yes, I have to. Because if I'm honest with myself, I will look at my phone or have my phone with me probably more so than I have my planner, especially if I'm out. I don't always take my planner with me. So if I have my phone and I have my calendar, everything is going to be in my calendar. That's going to be the first place I look. So this is a little sneak peek into December. This is a great tool if you want to plan out your entire year and have everything at a glance, of course. And then you can use this to, if you're using multiple planners, to, kind of like, branch out and update, whether you have a school planner, whether you have a planner for work. This can be everything, and then you can branch out into different planner setups. So just a little sneak peek into December. So there's your December foldout. So that wraps up um, all of the dated stuff. So let's now talk about color coding across Apple devices is a game changer. Yes. Oh yes, I print my calendar out every week. Every week. All right, let's talk about some of the undated stuff that I have here. So yes, when Black Friday rolled around, I kind of went a little crazy. And I bought some of the new Perfect Bound notebooks. So if you are in the market and you want to have something to switch up, or if you don't like commitment, so you don't really want to have like dated inserts for any, if you're using multiple planners and you want to have something undated that you can just pick up and put down, pick up and put down, these are perfect. So the ones that I have here, this one in the CP Petite, which is adorable, is the Undated Daily. You know, I love a good Undated Daily. This covers everything from your priorities, your tasks, and your schedule for the day. Easily can have this. Even if you wanted to use this in conjunction with your weekly planner, let's say you had a weekly planning or planner with the vertical, for example, but you wanted something, you wanted a daily so that you could drill down for those busy days. You can use this in conjunction with that. You can have this just sitting on your desk and then just outline what your schedule is going to be for that day, and then have your tasks in your weekly planner. The possibilities are quite endless. You can just have a complete system. The other one that I picked up was the this one is the weekly agenda. I had to look at the name, make sure I saw the name of it correctly. So you have your full week all on one page. Then you have your right side for a graph or notes. You can kind of create your own layout on this side, break it up into different quadrants, half page, notes, priorities, next day, anything that you can think of. This is a full creative area for you to plan out your week. And then have this side over here for your appointments, your tasks, your checklists, that sort of thing. Again, a great way to combine planning systems. You can actually even use this if you wanted to, could be like a pre-planning system where you can write out what your intentions are for the week for every day, and then use your dated system as your main priorities for tasks that you want to check, make sure that you get done. Those are your priorities for the week. But you can absolutely use this kind of like a pre-plan where you can write out things for the week, current week, upcoming week. You can incorporate that one. And then I know everyone was so excited when we shared this one, for my planners who love a good hourly time blocking situation. This one is for you. Again, works very well if you wanted to use this in conjunction with a weekly view layout. It has 6 to 9. So whether your first shift, third shift, second shift, you can use these time blocks any way that works well for you. You have an area here where you can do your priorities for the day. And then you even have, you can use this as for the weekend, or you can use this kind of like a weekly to-do task list on this side. So great way for you to use these perfect bound systems in conjunction with a dated insert. So keep that in mind. And how about that? Wait a minute. Wait. It's the color palette for me. It's the color palette. Hey, New York males, New York chick males, welcome. It's the color palette for me. And then one other thing that I wanted to share with you. Did I add in another size? I did. This one, and I'm gonna have to phone a friend for the layout for this one because I can't remember. Oh, well, maybe I don't. Do I have it in the back? I don't have to phone a friend. Undated weekly journal layout. This one was introduced for Black Friday. And I kind of used this one last week to kind of play around with. This is what it looks like blank. So you have Monday through Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday. This area is completely blank here at the bottom. So free to do with that as you will. I kind of like use the top part here for, like appointment stuff. And then divided up each section here for kind of like a checklist. And then I did a little something different on this side. This one was like a little notes area. I did a breakdown on this side for my orders coming in, and then a next week box on this side. So a layout for you to get free and creative with this one. I love a good situation where I can pick up a planner insert and just, pick it up and put it down whenever I, want to do something different. So again, these are new, and it has also, you can pick up, here's my monthly layout. And you know what, one of the things I like about this too is I have so many stickers, and I can use this to kind of be creative, I want to be. So this is my December layout. Haven't really written anything in it yet, but it just felt good to be able to lay out something and decorate it how I want and just be, just be creative. So again, this one comes undated and blank for you to use any way you want. You have a task list on this side, and then everything is blank. It is a Monday start, but if you are really creative and you wanted a Sunday start, you can absolutely do that. And just write it out and redate it. So this is HP Classic size. Yes, I know. You do the most, but in a good way. Thank you so much. Thank you. You didn't know you wanted that? Oh, thank you. All right. Last but not least, I think this might cover it all. And I'm gonna tell you before I get into this, I always tell Becca, production, if you're not familiar, I'm not gonna talk the whole hour, and then next thing I know, it's almost 4:00. Okay. All right. Last but not least, my A5 Slim girls. Are you out there? I know you're out there because I see you all the time. I know you're out there. I set up a little situation if you wanted to do something totally different. And by the way, this is a dashboard that I cut up, kind of like it's like my little inside cover. So if you have like some A5 dashboards that you're not using, cut them up. This is the A5 dashboard. This is a little cutout from a journaling card. This is the top of one of the red envelopes. I think this was a dashboard too. So just, make it your own. Always be unique. Be like a snowflake. But anyway, I set up a little situation where, if you're in a situation where you want to have like a traveler's notebook set up where you want to take something on the go, that you can plan in as well as be creative in. I kind of did a few of the new inserts that recently came out that I added into the book. Monthly admin, always for me, always got to have a monthly. I don't care what I'm using, I always have to have a monthly insert. So for this one, I have the monthly admin, and I thought, if I'm on the go, do I really need? For me, it's more so going to be, what am I doing that day? Do I have appointments? Do I need to stay on task? That sort of thing. So I added in the 30-minute time block. Great for on the go, staying on task. I also added in the Ivy League method. This was a little example that I did in a workshop. So in addition to having the 30-minute time block for me to stay on task, I can also have this as kind of like my weekly view. I can write in things that I have going on during the week that I want to just make sure that I'm aware of. Having the different priorities here for the day down at the bottom. So the premise for the Ivy League method is for you to write down like your top 6 priorities and make sure that you complete those. This part up here can be anything that you want it to be. For in this example, this is just reminders for me. But you can have this for, like I said, using this in conjunction with a 30-minute time block, your priorities here, and then you can plan out your day and how you're going to accomplish those tasks with that one. Now, here's where I have my little conundrum is coming in. I want to add in the afternoon or the routine builder insert because I kind of like this. This is kind of like a little habit tracking situation. You have things that you do in the morning, things that you do in the evening, and then in the afternoon, and then in the evening. I thought this was a great addition to a complete setup if you having something like this set up for you for on the go. And then in the back, just of course, graph. Team GOE. Always got to have graph. And so I'm still on the fence about adding this one in. If I do, I'm gonna use a little jump band and add it in. But I thought this would be a great alternative system for you to add to your planning stack, if you will. Something that's undated, something that you can grab on the go. For you to not only plan in, but to also be creative with. Couple of weeks back, we did a happy hour where we had different team members share their favorite setups, and Cheryl shared her A5 Slim, and it was so good. If you don't ever have an opportunity to catch our lives, be sure and go back and watch the replays. Y'all can get some good stuff in these happy hours. So hers was very good. I absolutely loved it. But again, this is a great alternative to well, not really alternative, but addition to your planning system. If you want to have something undated, something you can grab on the go, something you can easily throw in your bag. So yeah, and you get to decorate it how, to fit your own personality, right? I love it. All right. Woo, child, I've done a lot of talking today. All right, any questions for me? Anybody want to see anything again? We are 10 minutes before 4 o'clock. I said I wasn't going to talk the whole time, but here I am, yippity yapping for the whole hour. Anything anyone has for me? I got all this stuff sitting here. I think I saw somebody said they missed my personal setup, or maybe I was imagining things. But anyway, as you transition into 2026, things that I want you to think about. Number one, if your planner is not set up for and ready on January the 1st, relax. It's okay. We don't have to have it set up at midnight, January the 1st. It'll be okay. I did have a couple of things. Let's see what else that I want to tell you guys. Something else to think about. Migrate only what matters. You don't have to take everything from your current planner into the new one. Be strategic with what you move over in terms of, especially with tasks. I'm going to say, and this is just me, but if you did not accomplish a certain, minuscule task this year, don't worry about it for next year. It'll come up again if it's very important. If it's that important, it'll come up again. And then that way you can go ahead and plan for it. But don't drag everything that you did not complete from 2025 into the new year. It's just going to make you stressed out. It's just going to make you stressed out. Just start fresh and then go from there. What else did I want to mention? Oh, also, don't be afraid to switch up your dashboard. Switching up your dashboards. I went from this one for your eyes only, for this one, continuous reinvention, because I like the message on it. And I think it fits for me going into a new year, that I am, making a new routine. I'm making something new. A dashboard, switching up your dashboards can make all the difference in the world. And that is a plug in itself for the subscription box. When we get new products, refreshing your planner every month can make a world of difference. Um, so keep that in mind. Michelle said, when using different setups, how do you make sure you don't lose info? Because I don't repeat a lot of stuff. This one is simply, again, notes. My CP Petite is just notes. It's not my calendar, day-to-day, weekly stuff. I know that. This mini HP is school stuff. I don't, in my personal planner. So for example, if I write down in this planner that on Tuesday I have an exam or I have an assignment, in this weekly, I'm just simply going to write in homework because I know I have homework to do. This one is going to be the details of that homework. I know, for me, I know I have separate planners. So I'm very clear on what's in what. But what I don't do is I don't write and repeat everything. Details go into certain planners, reminders go into others. So if I have stuff written down in this one that may be school, work, or whatever the case may be, school stuff is always going to be a reminder in this one and the details in that one. That's kind of how I navigate through using multiple planners. I don't write everything over and over again. You switch your dashboards at least once a month? Yeah, me too. Me too. All right. What else did I have for you guys? I was gonna say to organize your stash to where it's cute. I have like all of my current stickers and page flags that I use in this, and then I just throw this in my bag. Organize your stickers. If you are one of those planners who like to use colors for the month or colors for the week for that matter, use these little envelopes to put your little stickers in. They'll fit. Especially, of course, the samplers fit, and then the page flags fit as well. You can even put your these little sticker sheets, they fit as well. So you can have your own little planning system in these little envelopes there. So organize your stash. Be mindful of that. And what else did I have? If you have something like I like to call planning paralysis, take a step back and write down what worked, what didn't work, and what you want to accomplish next year in terms of like what your goals are. That can kind of get you started. Okay. Iesha, what type of bag do you use? I work in healthcare and I need a new bag when I go back to work. I have a gazillion tote bags. The one that I showed the last time I was on Happy Hour is like this canvas bobble bar bag that I had with my initials on it. So that's the one that I have right now. Yeah, I have a gazillion bags. What planner do you take when you're traveling out of your own collection? So if it's not, it depends on where I'm going. I will say that. Maybe this one if I'm going to Richmond, of course. Otherwise, it's going to be this one or either the Pocket Plus. The CP Petite, she's always in the bag. And this is just because, I don't know, it just has all my notes in it. But yeah. Okay. All right. So I have my words of wisdom today. I felt like I just wanted to make sure you guys were good on going into the new year, stress free. Remember to get a theme, a word of the year. If you haven't thought about it already, start thinking about that, and then that can kind of help you. That can kind of guide you with, how your planning is going to go for next year. I don't know, kind of, sort of. but it can keep you on task. Okay. All right. So here we go. And I'm going to read this because I wrote this for y'all. All right. As we step into a new year, remember this: your plans aren't just boxes to check, they're a blueprint for the life that you're building. Prepare with purpose, pivot with grace. Just remember those blank pages. And don't stress if everything isn't perfectly packaged by the stroke of midnight. Remember, I said that. Progress is still progress, no matter how long it takes you. And I'm speaking to myself because it's going to probably take me through quarter one. Let 2026 meet the version of you that's already been doing the work. So, in 2025, we're preparing for 2026. We've already been doing the work. We're setting ourselves up for success. So let 2026 meet the version of you that you've already been building. So, in short, in case you didn't get out of that, in short, plan with intention, move with grace, and remember, you don't have to have it all figured out by January the 1st to build an impactful year. Okay? Y'all ready? So, again, next week, Ashley will be back to wrap us up for the last happy hour of 2025, the last one of the year. So, be excited. She's also going to share with you some January sneaks, and it's going to be a good time. So I won't talk to you again. Well, some of you I won't talk to again, but I'll see you again on the workshop December 30th. If I don't talk to you before then, have a happy holiday, everybody. Okay. All right. Bye, y'all.